The Village of Indian Hill Shooting Club is one of very few municipally owned shooting clubs in the country, and the only one in the state of Ohio. Located near the Little Miami River, the property is rich in history, beginning with the Native American inhabitants of the region, to the frontiersmen and settlers, to the Little Miami Railroad, and finally to its proximity to Camp Dennison and its involvement in the American Civil War. We are very proud of the Indian Hill Shooting Club, its traditions, history, and uniqueness to the village it represents. Safety is paramount to our culture and practices. The safety orientation briefing video you are about to watch is required by all new members and guests of members when visiting the shooting club. There are two distinct areas of shooting sports at the Indian Hill Shooting Club: the pistol rifle ranges and the shotgun fields. Each has slightly different rules and procedures. However, both areas abide by the same basic rules of safe firearms handling. Keep the firearm pointed in a safe direction at all times. Always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot. Keep the firearm unloaded until on the firing line and ready to shoot. Always be sure of your target and what's beyond. Eye and hearing protection must be worn at all times while on the ranges and the fields. While the pistol and rifle ranges are open and operational, the shotgun fields gates are closed and the shotgun fields are inaccessible. The same applies to the shotgun fields. When the shotgun fields are open and operational, the pistol rifle ranges are closed and inaccessible to all personnel. The Indian Hill Shooting Club is not a tactical range. All shooting is done from a stationary position, and drawing from a holster is strictly prohibited. The hours and days of operation and directions to the club are posted on the Village of Indian Hill Shooting Club website. Valid Indian Hill Shooting Club membership badges are required at check-in. The badge must be worn while at the club. Everyone in your family on your shooting club membership must have a valid membership badge. When first checking in at the Pistol Rifle Ranges office, you will print your name on the daily sign-in sheet and pay the daily fees. You are welcome to use any available shooting bench appropriate to the firearm and the target that you plan to shoot. Members are allowed to bring a limit of 2 guests at a time to the Pistol Rifle Ranges. Guests are required to complete the liability waiver, print their name on the daily sign-in sheet, and pay the guest fee. Members are fully responsible for their guest and must remain within close proximity of their guest at all times. As you move your equipment and firearms to the shooting benches and the firing line to begin your target practice, a few rules and precautions must be observed. No loaded firearms are to be transported to or from the shooting club property. All firearms moved from vehicles are to be in proper cases. If a firearm is carried without a case, the action must be open and display an empty chamber indicator in a highly visible manner. There are to be no firearms loaded or unloaded or ammunition not in appropriate containers behind the firing line. This means that all firearms and ammunition, while in the case, are first placed on the firing line, the shooting bench pointed down range, unpacked, and the case then moved to the area behind the line. Only the firearm and the corresponding ammunition actively being used is to be on the firing line at a time. Any other firearms and ammunition are to be in closed containers behind the firing line. Use only one shooting station at a time. Do not set up equipment to reserve the shooting station for later. When moving a firearm from one station to another, standard safe firearm protocols must be practiced with the firearm unloaded, the action open, and an empty chamber indicator in the open action. At the end of your target practice, move the case to the firing line, package your unloaded firearm and ammunition, and remove your cased firearm to your vehicle. If you are unfamiliar with your firearm or do not understand any of the range rules, ask the range safety officer for help. If you experience trouble with any of the firearms while shooting, place the firearm pointed down range on the shooting bench, action open if possible, and ask the range safety officer for assistance. Corrective instructions or safety instructions and commands from the range masters or the range safety officers are to be followed without hesitation. Failure to adhere to the safety protocols can result in removal from the property and/or suspension of your membership. The summary of the rules and the procedures in this video are just that, a summary. It is necessary for all members and their guests to read and to be fully knowledgeable of the complete and detailed Indian Hill Shooting Club rules prior to coming to the facility. IHSC rules are also posted on the Village of Indian Hill Shooting Club website. A printed copy of the rules is also available in both the Pistol Rifle Range Office and the Shotgun Fields Office. It is the member's responsibility to know and fully understand the IHSC rules and regulations. In order for shooters to add or remove targets from the ranges, a ceasefire must be called by the range safety officer. These ceasefires occur approximately every 30 minutes. During the ceasefire, all firearms are to be made safe by unloading the ammunition, opening the action, and placing an empty chamber indicator in the open action. Shooters must step behind the white line to clear the firing line and stay behind the white line until the range safety officer gives the all-clear command to go down range. Once all shooters have maintained their targets and returned behind the white line, the range safety officer will give the command to step forward, load the firearms, and begin shooting once again. While the ceasefire is active, no one is allowed to touch a firearm, the ammunition, or to be in front of the white line. A ceasefire may be called by anyone at any time observing an unsafe or dangerous situation. The Indian Hill Shooting Club offers various shotgun activities, each providing a different set of clay target opportunities for the member. However, each sport abides by the same basic rules of safe firearms handling. Keep the firearm pointed in a safe direction at all times, particularly when loading and unloading the firearm. Always keep your finger off the trigger until on or in the shooting station and ready to shoot. Always keep the firearm unloaded until on or in the shooting station and ready to call for the target and shoot. Always be sure of your target and what's beyond. Do not shoot at broken targets launched directly from the throwing machines. Eye and hearing protection must be worn at all times while on the shotgun fields. Do not load more than 2 shells in the shotgun when preparing for the targets. Keep the shotgun unloaded with the action open and clearly visible at all times when on the fields and when moving from station to station. Observe all posted rules and regulation regarding shotgun shell loads, gauges, and shot size. Proper and standard skeet, trap, and 5-stand protocols are to be practiced. Corrective instructions or safety instructions and commands from the range masters and the range safety officers are to be followed without hesitation. Failure to adhere to safety protocols can result in removal from the property and/or suspension of membership. If you are unfamiliar with your firearm or do not understand any of the range rules, please ask the range safety officer for help. When first checking in at the Skeet Shotgun Clubhouse, you will print your name on the daily sign-in sheet, inform the range master of the shotgun activity you intend to do. You will be assigned to a field and a trapper will assist you on the field. Members are allowed to bring a limit of 4 guests at a time to the skeet, trap, or 5-stand fields. Guests are required to complete the liability waiver and print their names on the daily sign-in sheet. Members are fully responsible for their guests and must remain in the same squad and in close proximity to their guests at all times. When finished, the members will report to the clubhouse to pay the per-round fees. A round is considered 25 targets. The cost per round for members and guests is posted at the clubhouse and on the website. A tremendous amount of effort and energy is put into making the Indian Hill Shooting Club an enjoyable, fun shooting sports experience for you, your family, and your guests. While safety is the utmost priority, it is followed closely by communication. You are encouraged to sign up for the newsletter and visit the website frequently for all safety updates, rule revisions, and new programs. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. I look forward to seeing you on the ranges and on the shotgun field soon.